All right. I had to clear up some space on the on my drive. It was how do you say full? All right, so we left off. We're kind of ready to go here. We got some paint brushes. You will use a 1-inch chip brush again. CA is really good. Put it on it. It keeps the brushes from coming out. All right, so we're gonna mix up some West resins. Epoxy again. I use 105 and 205. So what I'll do is use one pump and one pump for this. And a good squeegee, a good soft squeegee. These are from Harbor Freight. They're pretty good. They're cheap. You have to clean off the flashing on them to really make sure that they don't dig into the stuff. Hold on one second. All right. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just pour down the middle. All right. What you do is just take the squeegee and work it in easily. You don't want to pull the glass. So just take it, work the glass, work the epoxy into the glass. Take your time here, just work it into the glass. Make sure the glass gets good and wet. And what I do is I go from the middle out. I will continue to work middle out. And don't worry about the excess resin right now. Just let it lay in there. You're going to need it. Move around. Just carefully drag the squeegee. You don't want to pull the fiberglass. You just want to pull the resin into the glass. I've done this before, so it's, I've shown this before a couple times, but again, just take your time. And there's nothing wrong with mixing up too much resin. You can always squeegee it all out. But I found with a fuselage, one pump and one pump is good for the outside. Now, for the inside glass, I will use two pumps. That's where the peel ply and the breather cloth really come in handy because it pulls out the excess resin. It allows you to really soak it in. That's where you get the strength is on both sides. Dry over here, I'll have to pull some from the front. Okay. So again, you just want to make sure you have no dry spots. You get up to the front nose, it gets a little bit tricky, and that's where a brush will come in nicely. If you start getting around the compound curves of the nose, what you can do is you can take the excess resin, put it back in the cup. Just, you don't want to scrape too hard, but you want to scrape it off. couple dry spots in here. We'll just make sure we get resin in there. You just want to make sure that the fiberglass is saturated with resin. Okay. Now what we'll do is we'll take what's back in the cup. Just work it all in the corners here. Wet it all out. We have the double fiberglass. You gotta just make sure you wet it out good. It's dry. Just put some double glass in the nose area. Okay. Do something. I'll just take the extra resin and push down fiberglass on the outside, so it kind of lays down nice and evenly. Okay. Little lacquer thinner to keep your clean some of your tools in the middle of it. Alcohol bottles are pretty good if you want. And you can put lacquer thinner in them. So it's ready to use for the other half. Alright, I do want to mix up, so where is it? So for the corner and under the nose, I do want to mix up some micro balloons here, or micro glass as they call it. It's a 3M product. Just make up some. And I just like to brush this on. This kind of just helps with around the curve where the balsa split a little bit. And it really doesn't add any extra weight, but it adds some strength in the corner. So it's like, and you just take whatever's left in the cup and you use that up. Again, it's a 3M product called Micro Glass with different sizes. All right. All right, so we're ready now to put the piece in. And just double check, make sure you're pretty good, you're happy with it. So just push it down pretty good. All right. So you gotta watch with the gloves. You get resin on your hands, and then it makes it hard to touch the glass. Every time you touch it, it sticks to it. So what I'll do is I will take off those gloves and just lay the glass in. Okay. Yeah, so the glass is kind of laid in. All right. All right. Let's see. All right, so we're getting ready. And again, this one I'll use 2 pumps. About an ounce of material, or maybe an ounce and a quarter of material. You really want to saturate this good. And again, all right. So now mix it up, mix it really good. Just make sure it's really, really good mixed. Alright, what I'll do is a 1-inch chip brush. Harbor Freight, they're pretty inexpensive. Again, I use the CA trick that Bob Hunt showed us. Bob Hunt taught me. And what I'll do is I will go start right down the middle here. I will paint the resin into the glass. You don't want to drag it, you want to have plenty. Again, don't worry about the excess here, especially if you're using peel ply. It will pick it up. So what I do is I just make sure I paint that, and then when I get about halfway, I will start to go up here and I will work the glass in. Paint the edges over there just so they don't. Oops. So you get too dry, you'll pull the glass back. I've tried using foam brushes. The problem with the foam brushes is they soak up some of the resin as you use them, and you don't end up putting enough resin on the piece. Or at least I've struggled with that. Just be careful not to pull the glass so much. we'll do, take my squeegee here and carefully pull some resin out. Just carefully. We have more than enough resin here. You can actually pull some out, get into places where maybe you're not happy with it. Just make sure it's pretty good and coated. And again, the peel ply is going to pull a lot of this out. You can pull some out yourself. The other thing you can do is you can blot it with paper towels too if you want to get just the excess out. But okay. Again, just clean your squeegees. I can get a whole bunch of uses out of them because I just keep them clean. I keep my gloves clean. Just making sure we got it everywhere I wanted it. Okay. Put that in the garbage. All right, on to the peel ply. All right. What you do is you just put the peel ply and you'll see resin come right through the peel ply right away. So the peel ply allows the resin to come through, and and what the breather cloth will do is it will soak up the excess resin. Okay. All right. just seal it up. Take your time and just push it in. Again, just want to make sure there's no wrinkles in the bag. A wrinkle will be a leak. This is one with the new rod, so it's a little tighter, but that's okay. Okay. Make sure it's good and tight. Alright, what I will start to do is form the bag around what I want it to close into. So I'll take the stretch out of the bag a little bit, pull it together, wrinkle it up a little bit. Alright, now for the vacuum pump. Yeah. Okay. I will. It takes about a few minutes to start pulling the bag down. But again, I scrunched up the bag so I can kind of get it exactly where I want in here. Start to feel some of the air come out of the bag. You want to just push all your corners in. Start to feel the bag shrinking around it. Okay, I got it set for about 4 inches of vacuum. I'm gonna increase it more. I'm just want to make sure I got it the way I want. Bags holding. Looks like it is. Just want to work that one corner in. Okay. Okay, so far so good. And the breather cloth is soaking up the excess. You can see it start to come through. All right, so I'm about 8 inches. I'm gonna go some more. We're really gonna put a lot of vacuum on now. So about 12. Okay, 12. I'm gonna go up a little more. I have a regulator on mine. There's a regulator there that I just keep adjusting until I get to the achieved vacuum I want. We're right about 15. It's about what I like. You can feel this mold pull up a little bit, so what I will do is put a weight on it. I have a foam covered weight I will just lay in there just to keep the mold back down. This is a little bit lighter mold than the other ones. One of my first attempts at it. Alright, so I'm holding at 15 inches of vacuum. Okay. Alright, so that's how you it's kind of how I lay up a fuselage side. So I kind of showed you how I cut the vacuum bags, how I put the ports in, how I get them all set up. Alright, so I'm going to do the other one off camera. And hopefully the next video we'll pull 2 of these out and we'll be able to see the good finished product. Wing skins came out pretty good so far. I'm very happy with them. I'm pretty sure I don't need to put any ribs in. I do need to put a landing gear rib in though, just to mount the landing gear. But other than that, I was pretty happy with it. The first set a little bit heavier than I wanted. The second set, just about on the money weight wise. I'm potentially going to make another whole nother set. You know, as you keep using this, keep working with this technology, like anything else, you keep getting better and better at it. You figure out new ways to do it. You do figure out some ways not to do it as well. So hope you enjoyed watching, and the 2025 build continues. If you like it, click the like button.